Live from KTVN Reno, you're watching 2 News at 5:30.
We try to get the message out there to not drink and drive, not to use any kind of controlled substances and drive.
Reno's first medical marijuana retail store opened in 2015, and voters legalized recreational marijuana the following year. And now the Reno Police Department is looking at its potential impacts on our community. That's tonight's 2 News big story at 5:30. Well, officers say they haven't seen any kind of trends for police reports or calls for service, but that the number of DUIs are substantially higher. I'm Ryan Kennedy.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for keeping it here with us. And a lot more of those DUIs include marijuana use. Paul Nelson was at today's Reno City Council meeting, joins us live from City Hall. Paul, overall, how is legal recreational marijuana affecting Reno?
Well, it's kind of a mixed bag, Kristen. On one hand, you've got a lot fewer people being arrested and cited for possession of marijuana, and there's a lot fewer people that are being investigated for marijuana use. But in 2015, there were less than 650 DUIs in Reno. Last year, that number was up over 1,000. A recent study in Henderson shows that nearly half of people arrested for DUI had both alcohol and THC in their system. Officers usually request a breathalyzer for DUI tests, but they use blood tests to determine if drugs are in the system. Last year, there were nearly 150 marijuana DUI arrests in Reno. Officers say marijuana use may be a factor in the higher DUI numbers, but RPD has added more DUI officers as well in the past few years.
And in 2016, we also trained our entire staff in recognizing driving while drugged, so that could potentially cause that increase that we're seeing. But there's also the possibility that there's more people using marijuana and driving.
Despite the higher DUI numbers, Robinson says there's also some good news in the study, especially compared to other cities that have the marijuana industry.
We don't have the significant problems we're seeing elsewhere, and I really attribute that to the fact that the state's program is limited, it's controlled, and it's regulated.
And one of those regulations requires the businesses, the dispensaries, to have the same hours of operation as the people who regulate them. Robinson says that helps keep these businesses in check and help them comply with what the law is here in Nevada. Covering the big story live, Paul Nelson, 2 News.